Did you know that with just one simple step in storage, onions can stay fresh for twice as long? Welcome back to Great Tips channel. Today, I'm going to share with you a great tip to help you preserve onions, whether peeled or not, so they stay fresh and last longer. Buying a lot of onions at once not only saves money, but also helps you choose bigger, plumper onions. However, if you don't know how to preserve them properly, onions can easily spoil quickly, causing you to waste them. You may have experienced this situation before. But don't worry, with the small but effective tips I'm about to share, this problem will be easily solved, helping you keep your onions fresh and more economical than ever. Let's get started. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. First of all, we need to distinguish some types of onions based on their outer skin. Onions with thick skin containing a lot of sulfur and little water can be stored for a long time. On the contrary, sweet onions with thin skin and a lot of water cannot be kept for a long time. The outer skin is very important in preserving onions, so if you want to buy onions for long-term storage, you should choose the type with thick skin. In addition, the older the onion, the longer it can be stored. Therefore, choose onions with a dry skin that sticks tightly to the bulb. If this skin is small and dry, it means the onion is old. On the contrary, if the skin is large and fresh, the onion is not fully ripe, does not preserve well, and is prone to sprouting. Now let's learn about methods of preserving onions. Method 1. Preserving onions with activated carbon. Usually, onions are kept in mesh bags so they stay fresh quite well. But if you leave the onions lying down instead of hanging them up, the possibility of rotting will increase. But with just one simple step, you can solve this problem easily. First, prepare a suitable box to store the onions. You can use newspaper or not. Then put each onion in the box. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Thanks for your support. And prepare a clean white towel or mask. If you use a mask, cut the end as shown in the video. And then open the mask to create a small space inside. This is the important step today. Just put some activated charcoal inside the mask. And tie it. If you are using an old mask, it will be easy to tie. Activated charcoal will help onions stay fresh longer by regulating humidity, absorbing odors and gases, and preventing mold and insects. Newspaper also absorbs moisture, so it is very effective when stored with onions. This homemade activated carbon can also be used in shoe cabinets, bathrooms, or places with unpleasant odors. Thanks to that, you can not only enjoy fresh onions but also help purify the air in your home. Method 2. Store onions in paper bags. Put the whole onions in a paper bag. When doing this, remove any onions that show signs of spoilage to avoid affecting the others. Do not put too many onions in one bag, but divide them into smaller bags. Place the onion bags in a dry, dark, and airy place. Avoid storing onions in the refrigerator because the refrigerator environment easily creates conditions for mold to grow, causing onions to spoil quickly. If you don't have a paper bag, you can use a cardboard box. Put the onions in it and leave it in a well-ventilated place. Be careful not to put onions near potatoes because the moisture from the potatoes will make the onions moist and spoil faster, and the potatoes will absorb the smell of the onions, losing their flavor. Place the box in a cool, dry place away from moisture and sunlight. Method 3. Store onions in a mesh bag. If you have a mesh bag like this at home, don't throw it away. Use it to store onions very conveniently. Put onions in a mesh bag. The size of the bag is not too important depending on the amount of onions you have. But you should use a bag that is not too big for easy use. Then tie the bag tightly. Hang the bag of onions in a cool, dry place with good air circulation. Avoid placing them near heat sources or places with high temperatures, as this will cause the onions to spoil quickly. Depending on the quality of the onions, this method can keep the onions fresh for 3 months to 1 year without sprouting or rotting. This method is simple but very effective. Method 4. Store peeled onions. Here's how to keep peeled onions for twice as long. For onions with skin, just cut the onion in half and peel as shown in the video. Most people often use plastic bags or food wrap to store peeled onions. But there is a much better way, which is to use aluminum foil. When using aluminum foil, you will block light and air and prevent odors from transferring to other items, helping the onions stay fresh much longer. The method is also very simple. You just need to roll the onions in aluminum foil . And store them in the refrigerator. It will keep them fresh twice as long as the usual way. Method 5. Storing whole onions in the refrigerator. In some cases, you need to keep whole onions in the refrigerator, especially if you live in a hot and humid climate. Follow these steps. First, wrap each onion in a paper towel or dry cloth to prevent the onion from getting damp and spoiling. Then, place the onions in a paper bag or a light cloth bag to ensure ventilation. Place the bag in the vegetable compartment of the refrigerator. The onions will stay fresh for 1 to 2 months. Method 6. Store onions in the freezer. If you are busy and need to prepare food for the whole week, this is a very convenient way. After peeling and washing, you can cut the onions according to your needs. Onions are very nutritious, helping to improve the cardiovascular system, bones, digestive system, and brain. Vitamin C in onions is an important antioxidant for the immune system. After slicing, put the onions in a zip bag or a food container with a lid. You can write the date and then put it in the freezer. This method helps keep the onions fresh for up to 6 months. When using, just take the amount needed. Note that frozen onions are suitable for stir-frying or making soup. Not for salads because the onions will be soft and not crispy after thawing. If you use it within a few days, you can chop it and put it in the refrigerator. Put it in a sealed container. The onion will be fresh for a few days. This method is very effective. Of the 6 ways to preserve onions today, which method do you find most suitable for you? Leave a comment below. And if you also have a good tip to keep onions fresh for a long time, don't hesitate to share. I'm always happy to learn more from you. So that's the end of today's video. If you find it useful, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. And subscribe to the Great Tips channel so you don't miss out on the next useful tips. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Wishing you and your family delicious meals filled with love. See you in the next videos.